I hope you're at least okay. Today's a Wednesday and I'm extra late. I think it's so ironic. I was like, this time, guys, this time, I will be on time. I will be so on time. Everything will be great. So, as you can see, I'm late. That's okay. It's okay. Such is life. Such is life. I didn't. I don't know why I did this. I feel so bad. I don't know. I'm here though. I feel like that's what matters. And at least I'm here every day. Stuff gets in the way and I just kind of give it up on it. I'm like, well, it happens. It happens. I accept my fate. Ugh. I'm trying not to fight it too much. I didn't even get to work out today. I was so busy. The car broke again. Limfow. I was like, car worky. I can do the things I need to do. And then today I was like, oh shit, the car doesn't work. And that's been fun. I've been loving that for me a lot. Sorry, I'm just kind of complaining a little bit. It's just, what do you do when your car keeps breaking down? And there's things that I have to do where I have to be really freaking consistent, like super consistent. And it's annoying. It's annoying because there's sometimes things that are outside of your control and you just have to freaking work with it. And that's where I'm at right now. I have to work with the cards that I have been dealt, which is why I'm late. Which, I don't know, I feel like you guys are like, oh no, why are you late all the time? I try so hard to be here on time. That is the meme. But, streamers do have a stereotype for being late to stream every day, so... yeah. I don't know if that makes it better. It probably doesn't. On the bright side, I am making waffles. Daria says, I stayed up late, Posey, to make sure you're in better spirits last night. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. It's life, I'm not one of those people where I stay down super long most of the time. I get like I don't know. It's just if like I get really upset, I'm like, numb, I guess. I don't know. Right now I'm chill. I have the good vibes. I've just been busy. Thank you for staying up late, Darius. If you have to go to bed, I respect it and it's okay. I'm making waffles tonight. If you want to hang out with me a bit for waffles, that's also okay too. I don't know. I'm kind of like a feely types person. If I have an emotion, I can hide it for a while, but people who know me well just kind of see it. So I'm just like, well, I might as well just cry a little bit because that's how life is, Maybe you don't know. I don't know. But yeah, life sucks sometimes. I guess they have half an hour or so. Well, if you have to go to bed, don't worry. I'm not going to hold you. I don't want to put you in a bad spot. Let's see. Discord. Let me get the waffle stuff ready, though. Normally. I don't know if you're in the Discord, but most of the time, I will always mention in Discord if I'm not going to stream. It hasn't been a while since that's happened, which is really nice. Yeah. I'll go back. Let's copy that. Okay. So how are you, Darius? How's your day? I know I had to leave very suddenly yesterday, so I didn't really get to help you guys feel better. My Britishness demands I stay up and show respect, unfortunately. Is that a culture thing? Is that how that normally goes? Because that's very kind. I thought British people weren't supposed to be kind like that, you know? Like, y'all were all supposed to be little shits. Why can I not pin? Let me retry this. Now I can. My day was fucking wicked, to be honest, but we've got this new immigration policy starting and it's so fucking insane. Yeah, I heard about that. I was hoping you'd give me more info on it because I have no idea what's happening. Holy shit. What are you gonna do about that? Is there anything you can do about that? One second. For context, in Europe for about 15 years, there's been something called the Islamic Wave. Yeah, I've heard about that. Basically, Syrians, North Africans, etc., are coming into Europe. Yeah. We've gotten some of them, but not as much. And this has obviously resulted in the far right gaining prominence. That's true, that's true. I get how that is. Do you guys, what's the new policy? Hi, Chaotic! Also, for you guys, I'm drinking a ginger ale. This is my favorite, like, holiday-esque drink. It's a cranberry ginger ale. I get it every year around this time. I try not to have too many of them because it makes me really bloated, but yeah. Darius says, so traditionally the Social Dem part of Europe has either given ground up to them or had to absorb their policies. Most obvious case being Denmark, who everyone is trying to copy. Is Denmark? Is it Denmark or is it the Netherlands that has a policy where you have to be there for like the citizenship test is really difficult and you have to shake hands with a someone who's actually part of the country's administration in order to like finalize your citizenship? Chaotic says, what's the context of the conversation? Immigrants in Europe. Also, hi, Chaotic. I think I already said hi, but a little distracted. Darius says it's 8 years for citizenship and 4 can be spent on welfare. I don't know about the handshake stuff. Yeah, I think that's just like a informal thing. Like it has to be someone who's like working in government has to handshake you in, which normally happens at the ceremony where you're kind of being let in or whatever. All right, let's see. The highlights are any personal wealth over 1.5K is confiscated. I've heard about that, yeah. Chaotic says my third degree cousin lives in Ireland. Damn, I wonder if he gets third degree burns from the sun there. Like, you get it? Because that one was funny. That one was funny. That's actually low-key pretty insane, though. I guess here in America, it can take, like, oh, shit, up to, what was it, like 15 or so years for most people to, like, be considered, or to be fully processed. It's insane. Oh, Chaotic says, it's not he, it's she. She's also dating a Russian guy there. Oh, vibes, vibes. Blit, I fucked up. Daria says, anywhere with Islamic specifically populations and above the national crime rate is classified as a ghetto. I've heard about that. It's super fucked up. There's so many fucking ghettos in America that we just call it the bad side of town. They don't really call it fucking ghettos here. Which is... There's lots that go into that. Anyone in a ghetto has their benefits tied to ghetto's crime rate. Are you fucking serious? Wait, do you have links for that? I want to dive deeper into it because I've been looking more into European immigration regulations, and the 8-year thing I know is becoming more popular, but I had no idea it was like that. Holy shit. Man, I was going to talk today about how Trump was on Fox News and said that we need more immigrants in the United States because Americans are educated enough to do certain jobs. Daria says all first and second generation immigrants have to send their kids at 1-year-old to Danish cultural kindergartens of around 25 hours per week. Yeah, all Syrians sent home. What do you mean all Syrians sent home? All like forcefully removed? I need links, Darius. What the fuck? Syrian refugees. Oh yeah, no, I heard about that. It's been a really big thing. Ugh, I can send you a video? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I want to dive deeper into this. I was doing a little bit of digging last week into immigration policies in Europe, but holy shit. That's actually kind of insane. Yeah, we're gonna watch this later. Bro. Denmark is suddenly declaring war on immigration. This is across the globe. What is the video that I saw? We can probably dive a bit deeper into this tomorrow if you guys want. I'm gonna save this link. There's another video that I watched that I think we could get more invested in. Chaotic says, Darius, what is the general view British people have on immigrants? Yeah. Darius says, I'm fairly keen on legal immigration reform, but this is fucking insane. Yeah, it is. It depends on the type of immigrant. Chaotic. Ooh, do elaborate. I'm not really for people kind of like... I'd rather someone immigrate to my country or to a country and help the economy grow and bring their assets here than try to manage it externally from where they are. Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, Chaotic. You gotta wait. Are we okay? He's been really up my truck today. Dory says Christian European is fine. Islamic, refugee, etc. isn't. That's the basic tone at the moment. Is that your tone, or is that... Because I understand that's the general tone. But from my understanding, you don't share that perspective. What's your stuff? Yeah, it's not your tone at all. Yeah, because we've talked about this a lot. You stinky butt. I'm not being a face the entire time. Alright, maybe sometime I should make dumplings again. It's so labor intensive. I'll have to stream earlier to do it. Hi, I know. No. This is so I can make stroop waffles. And then oh my god. Waffle iron. All your fans hate the French apparently. Yeah. Yeah, it's a vibe. Dory says if you want to come to the UK and work, I'm fine with you coming. That's a vibe. Hi, George. No, sorry, my hair is so frizzy today. I should make dumplings sometime, Andrew. Andrew's so excited. He wants me to so bad.
No, I would,
You fixed it? Already? Bro! I, canceled the...
Oh! What do you want from me?
I thought it would take you so long. What was it?
There was a hose clamp on the crossover tube that flipped off.
Fuck my life. I get it. Whatever. Ugh.
It's your own car.
Well, bitch, I am gonna work on getting my own fucking car. It's expensive.
I know.
I prioritize other things. Andrew's being a bitch. Andrew.
I'm not being a bitch.
Show chat what you look like. It's funny when he has his hair up like this, because this is the only glimpse I've had of him having short hair since like 2016.
Wait, hang on.
Your neck is naked.
I know.
Do you like it? I'm wondering if he's
Sorry.
ever gonna cut it. OMG, he's an Irish builder.
Yeah, I do kind of look like an Irish construction guy in this.
You actually do. I need to shave your neck again.
Yeah, I'm a hairy boy.
You know, you could do it too.
Yeah, but you like doing it, so I just...
It is really satisfying. I miss grooming people. That sounded so fucking bad. Oh my god, I miss giving people haircuts. I only give people I love haircuts though, just so you guys know.
I just understood
Sometimes.
what grooming people sounded like.
Yeah, wow. You're a little late to the program, yeah. Dari says, but essentially chaotic all over Europe. There's massive backlash to immigration, specifically from MENA countries. Yeah. It's fucking crazy to me because there's so much stuff happening in North Africa that people need a place to go. And Europe obviously is the next step. Oh, did you hear about what Trump said earlier today, Andrew? About how, like, Americans, we need immigrants because Americans are too stupid to do certain things. And he said it on Fox News.
I have so many opinions about all this. It's hilarious.
Well, then state them, sir. Alright, Caddick says, I see, I already wrote a few things talking about this and how the far has gaining power in Europe as a result of immigration problems there. That was the conversation. And now you're all caught up, Chaotic. It's actually pretty crazy. Okay, Waffles. Darius says, yeah, Chaotic, there's some quite complex problems, but they're being simplified into immigrants are bad and don't integrate, i.e. Islamic ones. Which is super fucked up because, I don't know, I just feel like there's so much Islamophobia because people aren't educated on Islam. Or, like, how Muslims, like, live and the lifestyle and everything, which I honestly, I mean, it really depends on, like, what you follow and that sort of thing, but in general, it's more peaceful than a lot of other religions, most other religions, honestly. I haven't met a single, like, aggressive Muslim. Oh my gosh, hi! Oh no, sir!
She's gonna
That's
work
not
that
for you.
thing.
No, I know, I'm trying to move him.
He's like target.
I know, I'm trying to get him on my fingers.
Can I wash my hands? Sing.
You can wash your hands in the sink. You can also talk to Chad a little bit while you do that. Bless you.
Sneezy.
You're gross.
Yeah.
Siri, you leave him be.
I was like poking around and I pressurized the coolant system and literally nothing was leaking. And I was like, how the hell did coolant end up all the way on the throttle body and the cooling fan? Like, if nothing's leaking under this much pressure. And so I started just wiggling the coolant pipes. And I wiggled the crossover tube, and then like a whole bunch of coolant just shot out and hit me, and I was like, ah!
Chaotic says, Andrew, do you have an opinion on immigration? Yeah, Andrew, tell us your opinion.
I mean, I have an opinion on immigration, but like, I think like, do you want for like the U.S. or like globally? Mean in the U.S. It's like, especially since I work in the tech industry. Oh,
I got his full.
especially since I work in the tech industry, H-1B visas are like a super hot topic, like a very big contention point.
Especially with your work, you see more of that. I guess
Not
I do
really
more
with
than
mine,
you do.
but
Yeah.
with my parent company, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need borders and control if people come? Yeah, of course. I mean, you obviously have to vet people who are going in and out of your country. But like specifically for like H-1B stuff, which is where I'm the closest to
Explain what H-1B is. Most
I'm
of these
gonna give
people
a
are not
really
Americans.
yeah. H-1B visas are a way
Oh, yeah?
for companies to sponsor somebody coming in to immigrate to the United States in order to perform a job. And one of the criteria is that the company demonstrates that they have been trying to find a U.S. worker to fulfill the job, but they can't. And so they
Literally
need
was
to
talking
bring.
about that today.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
It fell away.
So they
One second.
H-1Bs are for bringing immigrants into the country to do jobs that Americans either there aren't enough of them to do it or they're just unavailable. Which fundamentally is a good thing. Like you're gonna have tech visas is H-1 visa. Yeah, tech is I think it applies to almost all.
Yeah, it applies.
It applies to everything,
For the
but
most
tech
part.
is where it's mainly used. And the problem with it is, in theory, it's really good because you do need people to do those jobs, and sponsoring immigrants to come into the U.S. I think is a good idea because immigration inherently, like more cultural diversity,
Well,
having additional people is always good. However, lots of companies like to abuse H-1B visas so that they can hire offshore workers for cheaper than they would pay.
No, but
US
those aren't
equivalents.
technically the same type of visa status.
No,
There's,
I am
seasonal
specifically
ones.
talking about H-1B.
Oh,
Because
you're just talking about
H-1B work, at least I could be wrong here because I'm not super well versed in it, but I have seen research done that shows that H-1B workers will typically work jobs they will be given less pay than if they had a U.S. citizen counterpart. So I am in favor of H-1Bs. What I am not in favor of is companies abusing H-1Bs to hire workers at lower rates, putting U.S. workers out of jobs. And yeah, if visas are tied to employment status, you can exploit them. There's a whole ethical conundrum to that too. There's a lot of problems with it. Would I do away with it entirely? If I was the one in control, absolutely not. I think it's a good thing. I just think it needs to be regulated more heavily by the government. As software engineers in.
Wait, how the fuck do you think it needs to be more regulated more heavily? I think this is where our opinions differ.
H-1Bs?
Yeah.
Because I think that U.S. companies should.
Do you mean the labor practices themselves need to be more monitored? Or there needs to be different regulations in that?
No, if a company is purposely trying to, if they say a company posts a job for
chaotic, shut up.
10 plus months. Oh no, this is what she's like all the time. It's great.
I'm not that judgmental.
Yes, you are.
Oh my god. Okay.
I don't like the idea of a company posting a job and then rejecting lots of qualified U.S.-based candidates is so that they can spend less money on an H-1B candidate. I don't think that's the way it should be done. I do think that U.S. workers should be prioritized for U.S. jobs. But if there are no U.S. workers for the job, then there should be a way for companies to get those workers. That's not even touching the whole, just regular legal immigration. Joining ICE and storming the Apple Store? Nah! I think immigration is fantastic. It improves almost every country is a part of, by and large. Are there going to be bad apples? Are there going to be some problems? Of course. But you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just because you can't have perfection doesn't mean that you should throw the whole thing out.
You throw a fucking toaster in there too.
Yeah, with the toaster.
I'm kidding.
Fuck. I think that
it was a joke.
There are, the main obstacle for a lot of illegal immigrants in the United States to getting their legal citizenship is just they don't have enough money to do the paperwork. The
There's
immigration
not enough people.
exactly
There's not
there's
enough workers.
there's not enough
That's the
workers.
main problem.
There's not enough judges.
There needs to be
There is
way
so
more
much
judges.
bureaucracy that stands
Way
in their
more
way.
workers.
Any immigrant that comes into the
It's
United
horrible.
States legally and does
They
like the
deserve
whole
so much better.
paperwork, like that is a monstrous amount of work.
Oh,
that,
and I've been saying
you
it
know,
so many times, like everyone is illegal
you be
until
out here
stuff is
interrupting
like,
hella.
bruh.
This is what she's like all the time.
And is that a problem?
Yes, it's
Okay,
bad manners. You want me to talk to chat? Let me talk to chat. Want to just whisk your thing? Go ahead. But if you want to talk, you can talk.
I'm adding to it
But
too.
if you add to somebody while interrupting over them, that's rude.
Not when it's you.
Not when it's me, chat. Yeah, I don't know.
Continue what you're saying.
I
I'm
like
listening.
derailed more traits. Yeah, I know, dude. That's what she's like. He doesn't argue with me anymore, and this is why.
I do argue
because
with you.
whenever
You just don't argue back.
yeah, I don't engage because it'll go on forever, and
He's a bitch
she's
about it.
always. This is why she's great at streaming, because she'll just roll it into the next point and the next point and the next point. Me personally, I like to stay on like one topic and get through that topic, and if we want to then branch off to something else afterward, you can do that. But like with her, it's all things.
Is it too loud for me to do this, chat?
When it's someone else, particulars are very important. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I judge people. I judge you heavily because I am close to you often, and you deserve my judgment.
I don't think you get it. It's okay.
What is the thing that I'm not understanding?
I think Darius is throwing mild shade at you.
Oh, he does that all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Half the
It's
time I
valid.
don't notice that. I just equate it to him being British. I'm a dipshit. No offense. I'm a dipshit too sometimes. What do I say, sir? What about refugees? What do you think about refugees in Europe? That's what we were originally talking about.
I mean, that's a fucking totally. Yeah. Refugees are an interesting thing, right? Because at the core of it, if you're under refugee status, the idea is you eventually want to go back to your, country of origin or wherever you came from.
Well, what if it's not hospitable to come back? Like
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, right? It's like if you're, coming in as a refugee, you should give people the opportunities to, legally immigrate, which is good. But also at the same time, it will, like, if you have a country that only has the capacity for a certain amount of people and you want to be, kind and take in refugees, then you also have to prepare yourself for, well, maybe a lot of the refugees don't want to go back to their own country for obvious reasons, like they just have a better quality of life, which is completely understandable. But you have to balance the needs of your existing citizens and the people you're bringing in, which is how I understand that a lot of people get upset, like, we don't want to let the refugees in because, you already have immigration. I don't have a solution to that one. That one's for smarter people than me.
You're intelligent.
Yeah, but that's like a.
Okay, you're a math
That's like a That's like a fundamental.
You're
like
just
that.
your head.
That's a logistics problem that is crazy.
Daria says, when you arrive here, you get eye tests, medical treatment, legal counsel, housing, and all the bells and whistles. Yeah, here in the States, they do some of that, but it's not as, immediate. It takes time.
I think that's that should be government's role in the first place, is to just take care of its citizens and extension, the people who are there. Like, I don't think if you're letting refugees and you should just be like, fuck them, live on the streets. You can just be in this geographical area. Like, you should take care of them.
And stay one here, the European human rights laws, which is nice. I approve of that. America is trying to get away with a lot of our shit, which is fucking annoying. But we'll see how that goes. Or at least a lot of conservatives are. But there's some Republicans who are going against it.
I'm tired.
Are you really?
I'm gonna fuck off. Yeah.
I know. What do you want on your waffles?
We're trying to leave the Human Rights Convention, believe it or not. Yeah. Tracks.
UK
Y'all's
or
Labour
EU?
Party is kind of
The
useless.
Green Party's crazy.
I hope Reform wins the next election out there. I think that would be good for you guys. We don't have a Reform Party here, unfortunately. We just have a false opposition party of the Democrats.
What do you mean?
We don't have a legitimate opposition party here in the United States.
I get what you
We
mean.
have two parties beholden to corporate interests. They just performative.
Hey, we do have Democratic Socialists, though. They're kind
Yeah,
of
but they're
taking
not
over.
a serious. They're not a serious
true.
political party
It's
compared
a branch
to
of
Democrats and
Democrats now.
Republicans.
That's the only
Not
way
yet.
they're able to win, though.
Maybe soon though.
Are you
Someday.
serious? You think the Tories will win? I hope not.
The Tories are going to need to figure out how. Well, same with Republicans in the United States. You're going to have to find whoever whoever finds a way to address the cost of living crisis will be or at least messages the hardest on how to address the cost of living crisis will be the party that wins. Because fundamentally, at the end of the day,
It's
no
not
one
that,
cares
like,
if you have a ton of.
But
like,
also people
immigrants.
lie, and they also have immigrants do matter.
I mean,
because-
politicians lie. Every
Yeah.
politician. It's just that's part of politics. But messaging wise, I think
Is
that's
it
going
lie
to
of
be.
attention?
I think that's going to be the
Or accent.
kicker issue.
I'm almost done. Almost there. Chaotic is like, oh. Oh.
Wait, wait, is reform? I thought reform was.
Does it have the infrastructure? I think the easiest solution is for Farage to leave reform and leave the Tories.
Wait, is reform left of labor or is reform right? Y'all's political parties confuse me.
Ad break, yeah. Just look up British political
Yeah.
parties. Because I think
Reform is
more about
right. Wait,
Yeah.
so who's left of labor? I thought reform was left, like politically left
Isn't
of
the
labor.
Green Party like
Is
left?
Green Party's left of labor?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. The Green Party's like
Okay.
wilding right now. They're
Well, then
not
let me
getting
amend my
a
statement.
lot of support.
Yeah, okay, so they're not doing super great.
Well, they should be getting more support, but they're not because it's like America's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so
kind of
omit
similar.
reform from my. Whichever party messages hardest on how to resolve the cost of living crisis will probably win. IMO. Completely uneducated opinion, though. I can't even get the names of y'all's political parties right, so who knows? Bordering on Marxist Leninism. That's unfortunate.
They're not. They just need to. Everyone brings up Marxist Leninism, and that's the whole reason why a lot of lefties can't make it because you can't run on that shit. It's really hard.
Run on the economy, damn it. Make the working man have a livable life.
But
That's
here's
all
the
you gotta
thing.
do.
They just need to rebrand. Instead of saying Marxism and shit like that, they need to use other terminology that has the same shit because there's no way that they'll be able to transform the UK into like a Marxist Leninist fucking utopia or whatever.
For
It's
50
just not
years
possible.
left in the UK.
So you gotta rebrand.
Move to the center.
Yeah. That's
I think,
true. It's
yeah.
like that here too. That's
Well,
why-
I mean, that's what Democrats have been doing, but we keep taking L's, so I don't think it's working. That's why I'm saying it doesn't matter which way left or right you move. It depends on how you address the main issues that your like common voter base
No, but
is
most-
problem. Like
there's
have
a
problems
large
with.
majority of people who are just legacy voters. Like they
Oh
don't
yeah,
even
I mean
pay
you'll
attention.
always have
And then you have
but you're never gonna move those people anyway. They're
well,
gonna
they won't
vote for
move
the
unless some shit happens to them.
exactly, and so they're not
It
gonna
has to
move.
get so
but
bad.
you gotta appeal to the parts that will move.
This is the UK. I don't know how Clinton, Obama, etc. were in power.
I mean, Obama was very centrist. I mean, the Affordable Care Act exists, which was about the most left-leaning
But
piece
then
of legislation
Republicans
that
gutted
through
it, so it like doesn't fucking do shit. Hi, Tommy.
But Obama's foreign policy was wild.
Honestly, we should have passed like an Obamacare-esque thing in the fucking like 80s. But because we had, the Reagan era, whatever.
That's true. You guys already do have NHS and welfare.
Yeah. Yeah. The Green Party is going to become a lot more important for you guys, though. They just have to rebrand. It's kind of like how Democratic Socialists are becoming more popular. Democratic says same here for Brazil. The biggest left party in Brazil is the PT Partido dos Trabalhadores. Sorry, Labor's Party. They used to be very left, but in order to win elections, Trabalhadores. Yeah, you're right. They used to be left, but in order to win elections, they become center left. Let's see. Dory says, however, I'm now extremely for nationalizing water, electricity, public transport, and social housing. If we didn't have, like, our state has a state-run electrical grid.
Oh,
if
yeah.
we didn't have that,
saving our ass.
fuck, it'd be so expensive. They're trying to make our water more state-run, too.
Yeah. IMO, government should run the necessities. So, like, you should have, I really like Zoran's idea of having state-run, or I guess city-run grocery stores, because
like
it
the co-op in Lincoln. I love the co-op! It was the only co-op in Nebraska.
It will allow, like, private companies should still be allowed to exist. You should still be able to do free market things, but the baseline should be set by the government.
Like, standards of living.
Free markets haven't made it cheap. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The free market works really well when you actually legislate and prevent 1, 2, 3, 4 major players from all taking power. If you want the free market to work, you have to have hundreds of options. But even like you go to the grocery store, at least here in the US, you have 40 different brands, but if you look at who owns those 40 different brands, it's like 2 companies at the top. They just make different sub-brands or they acquire them. And then you have this illusion of choice, but at the end of the day, you don't. And so it's not really free market then, is it? It's a monopolized market.
Do you want chocolate waffles?
If you want to. I need water.
He's grabbing water. Daria says, we used to have a lot of nationalized industry, like basically everything. Yeah, that's true. I remember. The UK was not... I guess they were almost leading it for a while. And shit hit the fan, bro. Let's see. I'm checking the recipe really quick. But when British Telecom bought the Champions League for $500 million instead of upgrading my broadband, I went mental. Yeah. I don't know as much about that. Okay, Joe, can you get me the syrup out of the fridge and the milk, please? 1/2 cup of vegetable.
Milk.
Yeah. And then
Stirs up.
Betsy. Okay. Whoop. I didn't know if you were going to give me anything else.
Well, you didn't ask for anything else.
I don't really have anything else.
Yeah.
Tommy says it's a win-lose in the same time, you know? Caddick says, personally, I don't have a good view on military members in the government. They usually don't defend the nicest things in my experience, and looking at their politics may be easier to different. I don't know. I don't think it's... Oh. Let's check out the tweet. So, Egyptian atheist, edgy atheist. That's funny. Cairo is by far the most unhinged city I've ever lived in. It's literally like living inside a mega brain with ADHD. You visit something called the Caro Jaws Club, expecting Duke Ellington. I get a 180 BPM EDM and a zoo of K-hole monkeys doing primal seizures, so you bolt outside for oxygen. Through the vodka cigarette haze just to find drunks painting the pavement while a bar blasts from the minaret.
Literally just overstimulation as a city.
Yeah.
I would die.
My ADHD ass would not give a fuck. Sometimes I'd have paralysis though. I'd probably sit there and be like,
explode.
And right across the street you see Nakabi's twerking in a glitter thong belly dancer. An open air wedding, and boom, some cars just fuse into a Euro modernist art piece with 7 souls expressed delivered to Allah with some poor mango seller competes with sirens for volume kisses because they're hungry. And here comes the Ferrari douche honk spanning the entire scene because his pedicure appointment is ticking. Pure nonsense on every level, no matter how hard you decorate it. There's a video too! That's so funny to me. Chaotic says bye, Andrew.
Crossover to.
Andrew, they said goodbye.
Bye, chat.
He says goodbye back. Alright, 1/2 cup of veggie oil.
Weston says goodbye, chat.
Weston never gets involved in chat. He doesn't get to say goodbye. You never get to say goodbye if you don't even fucking say hello. Oh no! My Oreo! No, he does not have permission. I will ban you.
Oh.
Steady poor chat. Look at that shit.
Well, she already knows you're gonna.
Yeah, Fox always does that. He has no self-control. Anyways, Daria says, yeah, man, the junta in Brazil is brutal, chaotic, ain't it? Okay, Tommy says, Lamau, man, every word is 100% true. I can't explain it, but Caro is the most random city ever. I feel like it's like, I don't know, it's giving like, no, or it's like the Boston of the Middle East. Daria says, I read a massive paper once on how it affected football players, and Joga Benito was the response to it. And Caro looks like I can't lie. It's like GTA level, that video. It probably is. Too bad you don't live there. 2 cups of milk? Jesus Christ, is it really 2 cups? Ugh, I'm gonna have a shit problem, y'all. Yeah, dictatorship here was really brutal in general. Say the least. Milk! It's been a long time since I've had milk like straight from the teat, you know? Like from a cow, not a person. I wasn't breastfed. I don't know why you said that. I'm just gonna like moving on. What else is in my recipe? 1 teaspoon vanilla. I'm just gonna put syrup in instead. 1/2 teaspoon salt. Let's see, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. That's a lot of baking powder. Maddox says I don't have information about this, but that doesn't surprise me for some reason. Darius, do the link. Do the link. Where did I need to go? Baking powder. Let's see. What else do y'all want to talk about? We talked about immigration. What else? 4 teaspoons. I need 4 teaspoons. Fuck ton. Darius says, done your research on Sudan? Yeah, a little bit. What about? What do you want to talk about? I have a couple of videos lined up. I think we watched some videos on Sudan a while ago too. Tommy says, I remember one time when I was in Cal, I saw a thief running and there was three guys on horses running after him and someone on a motorcycle also running after him. And there were some random dogs running in the same way. But I don't know why, but it was so random. Catch the thief. That's why. Why not? Look, my hair is so poofy today. I need 4 of these? Holy moly. Let's see. Whoop, that's the wrong link. What the fuck? Why is it sticky? Okay. 4 teaspoons baking powder. That's still insane to me. Oh well. What else do you want to talk about, Mr. What about Sudan? Sudan? What about it? 2, 3, 4. Chaotic says hydrate. Ginger ale, baby. Oh, shit, I'm gonna burp. I don't want to burp on stream. Andrew, I don't want to burp on stream. Andrew, tell me something so I don't burp on stream. I don't want to burp on stream.
Just mute the mic and then burp.
I can't mute the mic. I don't want you guys to see me like that. It's too vulnerable, okay? Okay. Let's see. I have maple syrup. Yeah. The shit. Oh, I should change the cam angle. Boop, beep, 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 boop. Oh, you can see me. You can see my feet. Guys, I know you don't give a fuck. But guys, I did my nails! No! They're cute, thank you. Thank you for paying attention for just a minute. I just have to do my just girly things. God, I'm so fucking old. Okay. Fuck, how do I... Wait, why can't I... Oh my fucking... Fuck me. Okay. I'm gonna do this. George says nails look great. Thank you, George. Okay.
Inside.
I don't know. I still don't have vanilla, so I've just been using maple syrup instead of vanilla. Nice nails, Josie. You too well. I got like the most nude nails. I could not help it, but that's okay. Oh, you found the link. It's a Substack. A Subi stack. Total football. It all goes back to total football. Oh, I'm not even surprised. That's so funny to me. I thought you hated total football. I have too much hair for this. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna have to freaking do this because I've been talking so much to you guys. The peaks got a little too stuffed. Okay, let's see. Tommy says, yeah, sorry, buddy, I forgot to reply. Here in Egypt since the 50s, the military members are the ones who became presidents like Najib, Abdel Nasser, Sadat, Mubarak, and El-Sisi. Now all of them were military members, and they're so good on the army stuff, but economics and politics are shit. Yeah. That's kind of how dictatorships go, you know? I don't know if it was all dictatorships. I don't think all of it was, but oh, getting closer. I'm almost there, chat. We're almost to the stiff peaks. This is why I hate. Every time I'm like, I hate this, I have to do more baking. Oh, we did it! Let's see. They're trained in military, not political sciences or economy. That is true. Okay, what am I missing? I gotta mix all this together. Add dry ingredients to mix as well, and then fold in the egg whites. So I gotta hurry. Okay, I need 2 cups flour and 1/4 cup sugar. Oh, it's not a dessert. That's why. I'm probably gonna have to remix that. Do you think there's gonna be another European country that falls to like militarization? I know America, or at least Trump's trying to do that here in America, which is not going well for him. Yeah, I need 1/4 cup sugar, 2 cups flour. Okay. 10 minutes to go. I've been watching the house on TV. Oh, I know. What's the vote right now, George? It's gonna be the Balkans. Cursed. Tommy says, yeah, like, yeah, we have a powerful army, but fuck, we're in so much debt and the currency is going so down. Yeah. What do you guys have to try to keep it, like, your currency up? Is there anything? 122 red, 125 blue. So, 122 for, 125 against. I was listening to the House Committee last night because I just couldn't sleep. And sorry, we're bouncing back to American politics. Ooh, do we need a majority or a supermajority for this? Because if that's it, then it's gonna bounce back. But from my understanding, or at least one of the major reasons why, yeah, the government shutdown continues, just majority. How many people are we missing? Okay, I need 2 cups. Flour. Caddick says, I mean, the whole world is going more conservative and reactionary, so I wouldn't be surprised if this lots of countries start to be controlled by the military once again. I don't know if that shit would fly in Europe, though. That's like one thing. I've been curious about it for a while. And I don't think that many Europeans would be satisfied. Oh, also, I should probably start heating this up. Andrew?
Yes, Josie.
I don't know how to use the waffle maker.
Yeah. And then you flip it over. Like you spin it. And then it's green.
Okay.
You're
Oh! Okay, we have used this before.
we have it, yeah.
Okay, I remember it. Damn, blue just voted with the red. I know. I know. Mechanic says, I'm sorry if I'm not contributing much to the conversations. No, don't worry. I can bounce around all night. Don't even worry. I'm late for stream, so I feel like I gotta go with the flow. Yeah. Mechanic says the only plan the government has been selling parts of Egypt to Saudi or UAE or Qatar, and they have to pay in US dollars. And that's the only solution on the table to save the currency value. And didn't we talk about this before? I don't know if you have the ads right now to call me. So wait a second. But didn't Didn't Saudi Arabia buy up a ton of land in Egypt and then just have to give it back? Do you think they'll be down to buy more land again? If that's the case? Sorry says, I like this part, Caddy, for body space. Oh, you're talking about footwork. Okay. I'll let you do that. You can only have so many conversations. I'm not educated enough on the football. Le football. Probably get back into it though. Go to bars or something, drink like a fucking Guinness. And then watch football again. Honestly, I'll probably have like Uso or whatever. For tradition's sake. And Daria says, isn't that an interesting way of okay. Tommy says, yeah, and they're going to keep buying more. I don't feel good about it, but what am I going to do? I can't change anything. Ooh. I know, George. Let me go. Let me know how it goes. I'm trying to distract myself with all the other stuff. And it's harder to protest now, isn't it, Tommy? Because they moved all of the state-run buildings and everything, or the country's buildings to like outside of the city. Yeah, everyone mad with you and UAE and Egypt, Tommy. I feel like, I mean, not trying to like immerse like any Western shit in that, but like I feel like that's been going on for a while. People have been mad at the UAE for a long time. At least a lot of people have been. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've made like a batter. I normally have a couple of clumps. I don't want it to be too smooth. I think we've achieved a good mix. Yeah, now we're boycotting any projects from there. Hey! Less gold now. Let's see. What's the governmental relationships like? That's a good question. Dari says, I hate them because Dubai is the worst place I've ever been, and they also own Man City. They own Man City? Oh, we've talked about this, haven't we? They do. I forgot. Alright, we gotta get the peaks going again. Yeah, Sheikh Mansour owns Manchester City. Yeah. No wonder how they manage everything. Am I missing anything? It's causing lots of issues in the city at the moment. Oh, really? Do tell. Okay, sugar, salt, baking powder. Good, 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 good. Medium high heat for. The eggs smell good. Oil the waffle maker. Okay. Tahami says the Egyptian government is playing the blind role now and didn't talk about the UAE like it did nothing. Oh, seriously? They're just ignoring it? I mean, I'm not that surprised. Okay, we're good. We got good peaks. That's gonna get folded in. One hiccup, chat. Andrew, I'm gonna need your help.
Well, I'm in a game, so I will not be able to give assistance at this moment.
Uh, I forgot that you need cooking spray. Let's see. Daria says, yeah, we have a large Pakistani Muslim population in places like Rushholm, etc., and they really don't like the city being used to sports wash things vibes. And doesn't the UAE absolutely hate the Brotherhood above all, Tommy? I don't know. Alright, she's going in.
Alright, what do you need?
So, fun thing. I need the cooking spray, but I forgot about that when I set everything up, so I'm gonna have you help me.
I will hold.
No, not, well, I need to fold in this real quick. I thought you'd take a little bit longer in game. I don't know if the peaks do anything. Does it do anything?
What?
So it said that I needed to separate the egg whites.
What about the peaks?
Yeah, but does it do anything? Like to...
No, it's just being able to whip it into a peak it's a consistency thing.
Yeah, but what does that do to this when you have to like cook everything quickly in order to maintain it?
I haven't the faintest goddamn clue. I have no idea.
Does it maintain it? Or, I don't know.
It doesn't maintain the peaks, but it...
Does it maintain the air bubbles, or doesn't that just kind of flatten out with weight?
I don't know.
Anyways, Tommy says, yeah, they're helping people in Sudan, but, like, don't talk about who really made the problem. I don't know why. Yeah, they're just making the gold in it. True. It's extremely difficult to find reliable sources on what's actually happening in Sudan and why. Yeah, and that's because... Okay, you want to hold it? Okay. Woo. Alright, can you please hold it again? Oh shit, you guys can see my ceiling. I hope that's better. It is. Let's see. Yeah, but that's low key for a lot of reasons. I think Al Jazeera is based out of Qatar, right? And Qatar works very closely with the UAE, but I don't know what side of the Sudan crisis it's on. What side of Sudan crisis is Qatar on? Hmm. See. BBC made something about it, but I don't know. It's hard to see. I haven't found a lot about it. Tommy says, yeah, well, we had problems with Qatar in 2016 because most of the Brotherhood's members who escaped went to Qatar, and Qatar refused to send them back. And UAE was on our side in that situation because they hate the Brotherhood. Yeah.
One of the lamps in front of the door.
That makes sense. Dory says, is it because they fear the Arab Springs? I don't know. That is above me. Okay. How do I know how much I should add to the iron, Andrew? I don't know how much I should add to the waffle iron. Andrew.
What, Joey?
I don't know how much I should add.
I don't know either.
What do you mean you don't know? This is yours.
Yeah? Yeah?
Aren't you supposed to know that?
No. I kind of eyeball it.
You eyeball the chat. Makes me feel stressed. We're gonna wait for Tahami's response. I don't know. I'm surprised that Al Jazeera and other like major networks haven't covered it more. Maybe because it's in Africa. I think that's partially why. I also think that there's a huge, huge focus on Gaza too, but I could be. I don't know as much about it, so maybe we could do like I feel like a half cup may be too much. Let's do a third of a cup. I think I need a little bit. 2/3 a cup. I feel like that's good, right? I don't know, Chad. This confuses me. Oh, this looks like a star. A star. Wait, there we go. Now you can see it. Okay. I'm also gonna put the dishes away while we chat because I did dishes earlier and I didn't do that. I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see how it goes.
They're supposed to be going tonight as well. So.
I've been kind of worried about Sudan. You can see a lot of satellite images though, and that's been a really, really big kicker for a very long time. A lot of people have been able to take a peek at that and see a lot of the bodies, but people don't always understand the history of it. There's some really, really good content creators. Oh, already? What the heck? Oh my. Oh my. I guess this is quite fast.
Last night's was the most visible.
Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of cool, chat. Has little holes on it. Smells really good. I think I'm gonna cook it just a little bit longer next time. Get it to be a little bit more flavorful. And then I'm going to. Oh, I probably should have sprayed it again. I think it's okay though. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know how this works. I haven't done this except for in like hotels. Dory says. Oh wait. Tommy says. Let's see. I think they're just afraid of the Sharia laws because no, they're a free country and they can't sacrifice all of what they did, and they don't want the Muslim Brotherhood to get into high positions there because they saw it happen in Egypt when that happened. Damn. Daria says, I can't tell much from the satellite images. Some people are saying there's human casualties sometimes. Livestock, I can't read them either way. It looks like human casualties to me. I don't know. And from what I've discussed with some of my students, that's what they think it is, which is really depressing. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. These are so fluffy. I'll be right back.
Oh, you might want to leave them in just a little longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All the money.
Correct. Yeah, wait like a minute or two to get the good speed.
Yeah, so I gotta wait a little bit longer then?
Yep.
Okay, we'll do. Come back, chat. I'm just eating some of the waffles. They're so fluffy. Damn, the bill passed. Oh my god. Trump's gonna go crazy for that. Looks like we're gonna do it all over again in January. which is going to be even more annoying. It's the budget bill. Oh, that's a little bit better. Huh. That looks quite a bit better. We're gonna have a lot of waffles, Andrew.
It's alright.
Okay. Is back open as soon as Trump signs it's true. Let's see. Sorry, said that those people are gonna get their benefits and feed their families, etc. Yeah. Well, we talked about it a bit more yesterday, but it's really just holding everything off until January. There's a couple of things that are gonna happen there. I'm surprised that Republicans went for it as hard as they did, especially with what the Senate put in it. But whatever. Not in like a bad way. I'm happy that people are going to be able to eat or whatever. But the problem is now there's just a promise that they're going to vote on the ACA bill in December, which I don't even know if they're going to actually do it because a word, like not having something like written down ironclad is just so risky in government stuff, which is why I'm not super happy about this. Darius says, yo, what the fuck is this? Petition to trigger House vote on release of Epstein files reaches required total. Oh yeah, that's good. That's because, well, Trump has been trying to cover up the Epstein files for a really long time. Today, the Democrats released some email information that they got a while ago. Yeah, they're gonna vote to release them. They have to. George, how do you feel about the Epstein files and stuff? We never really talked about it. But do you think that information should be released? I know a lot of, like, I was listening to Caroline Levitt and her fucking announcement today. They already released all the files today. They didn't release all the files today. They just released some of the documents that were recovered from Jeffrey Epstein's estate, but they didn't release everything. That's what the vote was for, or at least the whole thing that we were talking about before. All the files, what do they say? Any Prince Andrew stuff? That's what everyone's hoping for. They want to know exactly who is listed. So they released some emails today that stated that Trump knew everything about what happened, and these were all like previous information. Let's see. Oh, Tommy, that makes more sense. Yeah, but no, we're gonna have to wait and see. He's the one the army couped, right? I don't know. I don't know about that part. But I do know that they haven't released all the files, and that's why Trump is in hot water. Oh, you're talking about what Tahami said. That makes more sense. I was like, that didn't make a lot of sense to me, but okay. That makes a lot more sense to me. Okay, I'm gonna give it just another second. And we'll be good. I'm running multiple trains here, Cozy. You at least have to say at Tahami so I can keep up. That's all I need from you. But anyway, with the Epstein files and all that situation, the whole problem is that we're just kind of A lot of people in government haven't really been wanting to release all that information. Patel has been trying to keep that kind of under wraps, and some other officials as well. Oops. Okay. What else can I put away? You need British roll again, Tommy. No! Darius. Yeah. I guess we're gonna see what happens with the Epstein files. I'm very curious. That's something that I think people get upset with. One of the, I guess to mention something important, but one of the key things, George says Republicans in the House Oversight Committee released 2,000 pages of documents this afternoon. The Democratic Committee only released 3 emails. That's true. But this isn't even all of the documents. It's just 2,000 pages or 20,000 pages. They still want a lot more stuff. To my understanding, it wasn't super juicy yet. Here. Is it better?
Might even go like a tad longer too.
You think I should go longer?
You don't have to, but you could.
That's the thing, Trump. We need to know about all the things that Trump has done. And he is mentioned in the files, but they're not going to release that. So we're just kind of waiting. Here goes some. Darius says, do you think he ever read the files? Because he had people running about with binders saying they were being released. Well, they weren't actually being released. Just like the files that the Republicans released today, and what the Democrats released is not the full thing. And what a lot of people in the House are trying to do is override what the majority leader has said, because he doesn't want it to go to a vote. So they're trying to override that and take it to a vote anyways. And they need, I think it's like a majority of the for that to happen. Maybe it's even over a majority. I'm not sure the exact amount. My brain's a little tired. But let's see. If there's anything about Trump, they would have had something years ago before the elections. Not necessarily, because a lot of the information is actually behind closed doors.
We are in where president means nothing. The administration just gave words. Most federal courts.
We're gonna let that sit a little bit longer. Yeah. Well, and Trump does have multiple felonies. Not gonna lie, that's not really good on his track record, but people still voted him in anyways, which is crazy to me. People still voted for him when he said that he should grab women by the pussy, so a lot of Democrats think that this will affect how his base views him a lot more than it really will, because everyone knows that he sexually harasses women and he doesn't give a fuck about it, and he has like been charged for raping women and it's gone through the courts, and people still vote for him anyways. If people cared about him sexually assaulting people, then he wouldn't have made it into office. Andrew, are you talking about politics too? Oh my god, Andrew's talking about politics there as well. I have to wait a second. Oh, patience, guys. I really want to eat it. It tastes good. Num num. Darius says, I think this is proper serious for Trump, to be honest. The whole QAnon God's chosen president narratives, etc. What do you mean? I really don't think it's serious because if people didn't like him, or they actually cared about victims and everything, they would have cared more about him actually being convicted as a sex offender. Or him literally boasting about sexually assaulting women on live television. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, if that mattered to people, they wouldn't have been defending him now, and they wouldn't have been defending anything. And Darius says they all come crashing down. He was built on not being an elite, etc., draining the swamp. Deep state, and he's all of those. Well, yeah, he basically says all this stuff, but it's basically, you know, when people lie about something and they point the finger at someone and they say, you did all this shit, even though it's something that they themselves did. He's really hounding on it. That's why he shits on Biden all the time, because Biden made it to presidency and all that sort of thing in a legitimate fashion without having any of these scandals. The only thing that Trump has over Biden, like, that is semi-legitimate, not even legitimate, but the only thing that holds, like, any sort of, like, weight with his, like, I guess, demographic, for the most part, is his son. And his son being an addict, which it actually makes Biden look better because Biden actually stayed with the person who was struggling instead of casting him out, you know? Darius says, to a lot of his base, he's become a mythologized figure, pardon me, and this Epstein stuff, I think, strips away that and shows a lying hypocrite to them, but his felony should have done that. That's what I don't understand. Like, him admitting to sexually assaulting women should have also done that. I don't understand how this would be any different. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I don't know why this moves. Oh. Yeah. The felonies are easy to say, it's just persecution and deep state. This is different. How is this different? They're just gonna say that the files are fabricated or whatever. They don't matter. I have been around people who come up with excuses over and over and over and over again to minimize what horrible people have done. Because the Epstein files were part of his mythos. So many things. Okay. I would like to be proven wrong here. I legitimately would. So I'm not going to fight you too much because that's what I want. I want it to matter. I want it to be a big deal. And I want people to care about it. But I think it'll just be a big news thing. And people aren't going to want to admit it. It might sway some people. I'm not going to lie. It might sway some people. But then, I don't know. Posey, you know, I've consistently said this for months. The Epstein thing is what will get him. Oh, man. I don't think the Epstein thing will get him. I think once he dies, people are going to then pay attention to the Epstein thing, then look into it, because it's either he gets murdered and he becomes a martyr, right? Or, oh my god, can I open this? Fuck, I fucking, oh my god. This is the first time I haven't been able to open a jar in a long time. Holy shit. But yeah, I think once he dies, because I don't think he has a really long time left. I think he has like less than a year left of being alive. Not because anyone's gonna fucking kill him, but because fuck, he has a lot of health issues. And I personally believe that a lot of his health issues he won't be able to fix on his own. It's just gonna be like one of those things where his body is gonna betray him, and then after a while, a lot of what he said will come to light and people will start paying more attention to it. But I think it'll take years for his base to really like accept it. Oh, thank you, Tommy.
It is. Yes.
Darky says he'll 100% make it to the World Cup because FIFA are gonna give him a peace prize. I think that a lot of the stuff that he said about Biden is the things that he's been struggling with. Biden was a geriatric patient too. But Trump acts like I've been around lots of people with dementia issues, heart problems, and stuff like that. He's overextending himself and he's just really struggling. Like, it's so. And I'm not trying to be like blah, 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 but yeah. They made it especially for him. Next, they'll give it to MBS when Saudi have their World Cup. We'll see. I think it's just about done. Yeah, let's go. I think that looks a lot better. Just so you guys know, I'll show it to you in a second. But I guess softening the egg whites did help a lot. A lot more than I thought it would, honestly.
It's insane.
But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of the things that Republicans are good at, or at least, I'm not going to dive super deep into it, but MAGA is really good at twisting the narrative, especially when it comes to Trump's accusations and the things that he's done in the past. And it's because they know a lot of other politicians have done the same thing. Dory says, I know, Tahami, one of the things I'm most proud of as a Brit is once a week the whole parliament can just call the PM a dickhead legally and say whatever they want to him. It's actually really fun to watch. It's not. Oh, wait, let's see. Yeah. It's not going to be for economics. I guess it's true. I don't know. I don't normally make a lot of predictions. That is true, Darius. It is very important. Freedom of speech, you know? Say how you feel. Americans are really shitty at saying how they feel. They just kind of lie to get what they want, which is so annoying.
Increased possibility.
I get it's everywhere, whatever. But there's like a lot of fake niceties here. It's so annoying. Darius says you can just yell, "Here, Starmer, you're a wanker" at him on the street and no one's gonna arrest you. Vibes. We used to have a great tradition of throwing eggs at politicians. We need to bring it back. Oh my god. I would watch that shit. I've had a waffle and a half. Oh, got a whole. Big fat MP called John Prescott got egged, but he lamped the guy that did it, so it's kind of stopped. I still think it's iconic that someone threw a shoe at Bush. Tommy says, here if someone says that LCC is not good, they didn't literally say that he was bad, they just said he's not good, they're gonna throw him in jail until they die. Bro.
There's something else surprising amount of people
Um,
that issue like stimulus
this is so good. He points at someone. He's like that.
checks.
Oh, he fucking decked him! Holy shit! He punched him and he started fighting back! Damn! Oh man, you know like the PETA tactic of like taking fake blood or whatever and throwing it on someone? We should do that to politicians here. I'm for that. That's like a purely American tradition. Imagine if someone did that in another country. I know. The fact that he swung back is so funny to me. Tommy says, I am little living in the dictator film, but IRL, that's how it goes here. It's fucking true. Like here in America, Trump has been trying to like suppress a lot of the freedom of speech, but what prevents that from happening is everyone speaking up. And that's why I started talking about politics again. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have talked about it. Hmm. I'll let that go for another minute. Can you imagine someone egging JD Vance in front of farmers holding signs calling him a dick? One can only dream. I mean, he got booed out of the ski resort. I remember that. That was like a really big thing. People were super upset about that. I mean, Republicans were. Which, I mean, hell fucking yeah. He should get booed out of there. These people like shit. Oh, wait. That is. It got held back. Oh, man. I'll allow it. Chaotic. The waffle looks good. It is really good. I'm enjoying it. It has like I'll show you guys the close-ups. But there's like a lot of little holes in it, and that's because of the meringue. I guess you can kind of see through it with the light. Oh,
She's gonna know.
yeah, I don't forget my chatters. I pretend to because I want to see if they're gonna switch up on me, but I don't forget. Just go on main. I know his main.
Just go on main.
If you want to talk about politics, fucking do it. Send it. Don't be a pussy. Tell me how you feel, bitch. Anyways, Andrew's in Discord, so I'm kind of backseat driving what he should tell them for me. Tommy says, but for like 5 years, sorry, but for like 5 years ago, we made a toy for kids. We call it El Sissy Balls. It was actually hilarious. I remember playing with it just to laugh. Hell yeah. Oh, let's see. Is it him getting hit by a shoe? Because that's my favorite George Bush moment. Oh, it's when he's golfing. Man. You know, the dude who like hit him with the shoe is very fucking proud of it. Letting them dogs out. Hi. Hi, Fox. Little bitch. How are you? I have to assert my dominance by calling you a bitch a little bit, you know? Wait, Fox. We're talking about Trump and also politicians and freedom of speech and such. How do you feel about Bush getting hit by a shoe? I'll send y'all the link. Bush getting hit by a shoe. It's so good. An Iraqi journalist did it. The video is here in the wiki. And I prefer Wikipedia over other platforms. He dodged the shoes, to be fair. I wish he got hit though. Tommy says, yeah, big up to the Iraqi journalist, but sadly, Posh dodged it too well. I know. Bush dodged it so well. Man, it's like, I don't know. Bush was just kind of fucking stupid. Didn't he say something like, fool me once, shame on. Shame on. Like, he just didn't know what to say. I can't even remember the quote because it's so fucking cursed. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. What do you mean, Fox? Oh, Fox, I'm making waffles. They're not blue like you like, but this is, good enough, right? Darius says, yeah, I'm a massive fan of being able to do stuff like that to politicians. Not exactly violence, but just massive shows of disrespect. I know. Especially when they deserve it. It's the best. This is why I wouldn't want to be a politician, because I would probably fucking laugh if someone did that to me. I would just be like, a shoe. Call me Bigfoot. Oh, I would just say it's for my third leg. That would be such fucking rich shit right there. It'd be so funny. Fox says, the George Bush shoe throwing reminds me of the guy from the throwing the sandwiches at the ice guys. Did you know that he got away with it? Like, the judge was like, you can't try him for anything for getting hit with the shoe. Oh, Andrew, your waffles are ready. Yeah, I have like 3 loaded up. I've been snacking on waffles. I put some sour cherry fruit spread on it, and that was good. Fox says, got away as a stretch, just found not guilty. Yeah, that's getting away with it. I hope he keeps his job. I hope he gets a raise. Would you throw a shoe at an ICE officer or a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the sandwich. I do really like my sandwich.
Stretch more.
Would
Would a shoe be more worth it? Fox says sexy man. I know you're horny for him. You're really horny for him back.
Oh yeah, totally.
He says, yeah, totally. Tommy says, a while ago I watched a podcast with that journalist and he said he did that because the American officers used to spank them while searching as a form of humiliation. Well, that's one of the least invasive forms of like sexual assault the American military has done on people. Anyways, our government is fucked up.
Pancake. This is a waffle, not a pancake.
It is a waffle. We have lots of them though.
We do.
We do. I've been eating some of them, and I have syrup. I've been dipping it in the syrup.
Yep.
Daria says, was it Nikki Khrushchev that took his shoes off and started banging them on the desk? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, the Prime Minister of the Soviet Union. Former. Yeah. They could have been great, but they failed. It's the money, Chad. It's always the money that corrupts. What are you doing to that waffle, man?
Put some toppings in it. I gotta make sure I actually like this before I put it all over my shit.
It's good.
I don't need 4, bro!
Are these all your waffles?
Oh, I was gonna...
You should have gotten another plate.
Okay.
This is my waffle.
I got you. Well, you said they were all here and ready, so I thought you put them on the plate. So I was like,
oh, were you gonna eat 3 waffles?
I was not. I was just like, okay, cool.
Oh, I forgot to spray it again. This one might stick a bit more. Oh, why did I do that?
Wow.
Dog. I am the reason that they're obese.
She's like, oh, why are they overweight? Why are you stop feeding them as much, Andrew?
Like a quarter of a waffle. Oh yeah, it was. He took them off in the UN and started bashing the place with them. That's so fucking. Wait, he fucking did. Oh, it's also funny that the translator earpieces aren't a new thing either. No upgrades allowed in the UN. Tahami says, a fact about Egyptians you might not know is we are a people who love to joke about any problem that happens. We love dark comedy so much that when the Iraq invasion happened, we made a lot of comedy movies about it. I also love dark humor. Do you see the guy pissing himself off with laughter behind him? Andrew, look at this.
I mean, I don't know how I would react in that situation.
Yeah, he's
but I'd
just
be
laughing
like,
so
hey,
hard.
Yo, what the fuck's going on?
I'd be laughing too. It's really funny. Like when my ex threatened to kill me and stuff.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
No, it was really funny. I laughed at him because I thought he was joking.
He was not.
He was not. And I would joke about it with Andrew all the time. And then, are you putting the whipped cream on it?
Yeah.
That's very slutty of you. Good job.
What?
Sorry.
What?
I don't know. Andrew got mad at
Wow.
me. Oh, your ex did what? Yeah, my ex had like
He
an
threatened to
incident.
shoot up my school. It was great.
Yeah, he did. Like, I stopped living with him. I think I shared this on the stream, but I literally like left him and stuff because he had his gun. And this is when I started staying with Andrew. Andrew was like, you need to come stay with me for a little bit. So then I did. Like, and that's how we started hanging out more. Because I was like, he does this stuff like all the time. And he was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh, this is his dorm room. No, this was before I moved. This is when I first broke up with my ex. I told him that I was really struggling. I don't know. I'm not going to dive deep into the weeds of it because I feel like I don't want to air a ton of shit. He had mental health problems, so like clearly, obviously, but he had like a gun. And he was like pointing it at me and he was like, you can't fucking leave me. And then I was like, I can, and you can't like do this to me. And I started laughing at him and he was like, you think this is funny? And then he like cocked it and like pointed it at his head and he was like, this is so like funny. And I was like, it was not a fun thing. He was like in the closet too. So I didn't know what to say. This is so fucked up, chat. I'm laughing because I don't know what else to say, okay? It's cursed. But then he like cocked it and like put it to his head and I told him that well, I didn't know what to say. I was really quiet for a minute. And then I was like, I don't want you to get my clothes bloody. And then he started like crying and he like set it down and then that was like the last time I was there like alone with him. And that was fun, Lamau. But anyways, yeah. And then I had to like move in with like Andrew into the dorm because he was like not mentally well. And then he thought we were still dating for a bit. And I don't know if I should air all this. I don't want to talk too deep into it. But yeah, my family was like, oh no, he's okay, like he'll get better, whatever. And I was like, and they encouraged me to get back with him. So they like refused to like help me through the process. And like Andrew like heard about it too. And he was on the phone with me when he heard my ex like yelling at me and stuff. And that's why I moved. Yeah. And Tommy says, so the man is gonna kill her and then killing himself, and she is just throwing some jokes at the wall. Well, I didn't know what to fucking do. I was like already like so depressed at that point in time that I just didn't care. I was like, okay, sure, I guess. Because at that point in time, like, he already like destroyed most of my life. Like, I lost like all of my friends because of him. My entire relationship with my family was like ruined. And it still like never recovered because my family just like, it was just a whole fucking thing. And then, yeah. And then the rest of my family died and I was like, well, that's never gonna get better. That's how me. Wait, Dari says it's gonna take 2 cycles and a lot of time to clean my best jeans. Go outside, innit? Yeah. So I was like afraid of guns for a little bit, but then it got better. It got better. I'm no longer as afraid of guns. Because that's not the first time that I was like, I watched someone else do that too. So if I didn't experience someone else having like a mental health crisis like that with the gun, then I would have been more freaked out with my ex. But because I already experienced it before, I just kind of laughed about it because I was like, well, round two, electric boogaloo. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I'm making waffles, guys. So as you can see, I needed to go to therapy for a while, Lamau. Haha. But anyways, such is life. Right, bedtime image, Josie I know. I usually don't talk a lot about how crazy my life used to be. I don't know. It's not that bad now. I just kind of like when horrible things happen, I just sit there and I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny, isn't it? And people kind of get really weird about it. They're like, you should not be making jokes about that. And I'm like, eh. And then I worked at a comedy club. And they were the only people who laughed at my jokes about that stuff. I made jokes about it to the wrong people and they were afraid of me. They were like, bitch, what the fuck? Anyways. I'll see you later, Darius. Sorry for the depresso. Did you already have enough waffles, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm good. I got plenty of waffles.
I hope you enjoy them. Yeah. But anyways. I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, it is kind of funny when you think about it. It's telling a suicidal person, because I was at the time, but telling someone who, like, well, I wasn't, I was, like, passively, because I didn't care about living. But I was just like, this holds no weight to me. So it was kind of funny. I'm eating a couple raspberries, Andrew.
Don't eat all of them.
I'll try not to. They taste so good, though.
Be like, oh, I'm just gonna eat these and eat all of them. That's why I'm saying don't eat all of them.
Okay, I'll get a couple more. And then I will,
Brekkie food.
I know it's your Becky food. I respect the berry. Anyway, you guys want to talk about anything else, Lamau? Because I guess that's kind of depressing. But guys, this was like a long time ago. Like during COVID and stuff. So it's been quite a while. It's a weird time dancing. I never know what to do when we talk about this shit. Ooh. Anyways. Aww. I want to know something really cursed. So one of my cats really liked one of my backpacks a lot, and when he was sick, he like before he passed away, my would lay on a backpack all the time. And I brought the backpack out because I was cleaning and I set it on the ground. And Siri keeps laying on it and it's really cute. And every time I pick him up, he just goes right back to it. Not you! Wrong one! But yeah. Hi, puppy! What's your dad? Okay, let's see what's up. A little bit longer. What are we gonna do with all the extra waffles, Andrew?
I don't know, Josie.
I probably shouldn't have made this big of a recipe.
You never look at the serving. I don't. We have 3 previous
Well,
streams worth of food in the fridge right now, and we never eat it.
well, I ate one of them.
No.
Okay, so it says it yields 6 waffles.
Well, Belgian waffles are normally way bigger than our waffle maker.
Oh.
Yeah, remember I told you that they would be bigger?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess we have a lot of waffles now. Anyways, what else has been going on in the news? Anything exciting? Let's see. I'm really good at killing the mood. This is like the same shit that used to happen when I'd make jokes about it. Because people would be like, ha ha ha. And then they'd be like, oh my god, she's being for fucking real. And I'd be like, it's okay. Once you have that like happen a couple of times where like you almost die, you're just kind of like, got him, I live again. Anyways, George says, changing the subject. Today, Philadelphia, the last penny was minted, ending a 232-year-long run. That's true. Didn't we cancel pennies? Aren't they gone? Are people still making pennies? No! Today was the last one. You're right. Oh, man. They're going to be worth quite a bit in the future, I think. Damn. That's kind of sad. I like pennies. I like making waffles where it's like not like the full waffle. It's just more fun that way when they have like the fun little edges. I don't know. I think it's more interesting. Do you collect coins, George? My grandfather collected a lot of coins when I was younger. Everything I have is so cursed. This is why I don't talk a lot about the past. Because everything is like layered with some like cursed ass shit. Because my brother stole like all like the coins my grandpa gave me and my siblings. So I didn't really have any of them. But yeah. Tommy says, yeah, talk more about waffles. I'm just gonna Yep, big Belgian waffles. No, but it's funny though. So like actually I won't talk too much about it. But I know a lot about coins because of it. And I know how to like look through for like imperfections. And my great aunt used to work at a bank. So she had like these little quarter things where we would like save all of the quarters from different states. Oh, that reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune. I'm sorry, Tahami, don't cry. No, it's okay. It's all a meme. Anyways, I'm almost done, chat. Look, I got like 2 more left. Yum yum. Fun fact: I didn't travel a lot as a kid, and that was the only time I had waffles. So I would go to like these hotels, and I would mix like oatmeal mix with it. So I would have like this, and I would have like oatmeal waffles. They're actually pretty okay. Tommy says, I think I'm gonna close my eyes and imagine that my mashed potatoes are actually waffles. Oh, I really love mashed potatoes. I think it's because I'm white, you know? Like there's something in my ancestry that says that I should like potatoes. Maybe it's like the famine or whatever that happened. I don't even know if my lineage goes to that. But I really like potatoes. Caddick says, are waffles good? I don't think I've ever ate it. Huh. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really like it that much. I view it to be a dessert. Which is, well, that's also why I'm not making a dessert today, because I think waffles are a dessert, contrary to like a lot of other people's opinions. It's It's a controversial perspective, but I think they're desserts. I like savory breakfast food. I'd eat ramen for breakfast over waffles. Tommy says, I don't know if that's racist or what, Josie. I'm so white. What? That's racist just because you're white, you have this tendency. What can I say? My nails are literally like the color was called off-white. It's like an off-white color, and it's my hands are whiter than it. I'm so pale. I'm so pale that in a dark room, if you shine a light on me, it would illuminate the rest of the room. And that's because I wear sunscreen. I do get rather tan though. When I was in Hawaii, I had to like buy new makeup because I can get. I'm still white though. It's like the white people tan where you look kind of like orangish. Not Trump style. Like I don't spray it on. Any words? I don't know. I think there's kind of some benefits to being pale, you know? It's like if you put any color on you whatsoever, like makeup wise, it pops, I guess. But then your skin is very thin and then you age faster. Chaotic says I'm also white. Like I always hear people saying how white I am here. Sometimes a few jokes, lol. Yeah, I don't know how I feel like I can't make too many white jokes because then I feel like you guys are gonna think like some person's gonna come in here and they're gonna think I'm a goddamn white supremacist or some shit. So we gotta be careful. I don't want to be like Sydney Sweeney up in here. My jeans are blue. More. Yeah, when I was younger, all of my friends were Tommy says, "Oh, don't worry, girl. I think most of us are white here." I was younger. I didn't actually. I wasn't the whitest girl. I knew an albino. I was around a lot of blind people, so that's not fair. I knew a lot of albino people, and they were all whiter than me. So then, I don't think I should talk about that. Anyways, yeah, I think it's really cursed. A lot of my not even a lot. All of my best friends growing up like weren't white. So like I didn't understand that white people weren't supposed to say certain things because I didn't have a lot of white friends until like high school. That's when I started having like more white friends. And that was really awkward because you know, yeah, but I never said the N-word. So that's okay. I just I don't know. I thought all white people understood certain things and I didn't understand that like white people didn't understand what locks were or didn't understand how to do braids and that sort of thing. Which is awkward, but whatever. Chaotic says it's funny because I think I'm the whitest in my family. Most of my family have brown, some white or brown. I have some more darker brown skin, and the ones who can be considered white are as not as white as me. Damn, that's crazy. Genetics are wild, you know. Tommy says, I'm not white, but I'm not black. You know, I am in the middle. I don't know. This is such a sensitive conversation for me to discuss. Especially with how I look, yo. I got like the golden ashy, like not even ashy blonde. I'm like a honey blonde brown hair color, white as fuck, have freckles, blue green eyes, like I feel it's like a Sydney Sweeney situation. Anything I said would be horrible. It says, I mean, you said you have some indigenous ancestry, right? I do have family on the reservation, yeah. I never got to get really close to them though. And I don't my mom said technically I thought she was crazy when she was saying this cuz she did have like some health problems or whatever, so I thought she was just talking out of her ass. But she always told me that I should have like applied for like scholarships or put down that I was like part native or whatever, which at most would probably be like an eighth or something. So I don't really count it. And I didn't really grow up in it, so I don't even know if I even look like it anymore. I guess like I've had people we've talked about it before. People know my family on the reservation. They find out my name and then sometimes they like give me I don't know. Like I just have connections, but I don't even know. I would have to get like a genetic test or whatever. Or I wasn't close to that side of my family either. That's like the big thing. If I was, I'd probably know. Sammy says, thank God technically I'm African so I can talk freely about the topic. Yeah, I don't even know how much I can talk about this. Like, I never really, like, growing up and stuff, I never talked about it with people because I was like, I'm so fucking, like, I look so white. I grew up in a hyper religious, like, Christian household. My side of the family, where, half my family was like the people who are related to the native side. They refuse to talk about any Native Americans whatsoever, really racist towards natives. Like, I didn't understand, like, I didn't know about it till my mom died, for the most part. Like, I always knew it was a thing, but I thought it was, like, different, but I didn't understand how connected it was until, like, my mom died when I was working at, a garden center this past summer. I told this lady my name, and she was like, are you related to so and so, so and so? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, your family's like on the reservation. So this summer, I did more digging into it. But like I said, it's not something I grew up super close to. My mom was really into a lot of reservation stuff, and I didn't understand why she was really into it. So I have like a lot of I don't know, like some native related things or whatever, but yeah. Would you like to meet the side of your family? I don't know. That's like a whole thing. Cause like it seems like my I don't know. I wouldn't mind. But it's just not something that I might have met them when I was a lot younger, but I really only heard my mom talk about it. And most of the time I had to do other stuff with her. And I kind of was like, what are you going on about? Like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still like super fucking young, so it's like, I don't know, it's how I grew up. It's not me trying to be like against like what I could have been around or anything like that. Like, I don't want it to come across that way. It's just, I really was so isolated from the culture that I just don't know. I would like to learn more about it, but I don't think it's like I'm super, like, fully or anything like that, you know? But yeah, obviously, because my other side of the family is different. Yeah. Caddick says I see that's valid. Which I don't, that's why I never really, like, I don't know, it's something that, like, I don't know. I think about it. But yeah, I also learned about it at a place I was volunteering more because the tribe had like a powwow and everything there, and that's when I learned a bit more about it too. So yeah, I don't know. The older I get, the more I learn about it, but then it's not like I don't feel like this whole connection to it. I feel more of a connection to nature than anything else. Because I just never really had like a cultural community that I really like was close to growing up. So I feel like getting older, why would I don't know. It's weird It's one of those things. It's so. You guys are learning so much about me. I would like to. I don't know. Now he says, fuck this internet, fuck this country, I don't know what's happening. You're okay. It's not a big deal. I don't know. Maybe that's why I can like tan pretty okay, but I don't know. That's like a stretch. I feel like anything I say is just gonna be a stretch. Anyways, I don't know. Race is like a really weird thing in America. It's like hyper politicized, and I feel like yes, because of the history, it makes sense for it to be that way. So I don't know. I'm not any more of a lefty because I learned about it because I was already a fucking lefty when I learned about it in the first place. So it didn't really change a lot of things for me. Yeah. Anyways. Tommy says, I'm literally paying 60, you're paying 650 pounds per month for this limited 140 gigabytes, and it's not working. Nah, this can't happen. Bro, valid. Valid. That's expensive as hell. That is super fucking expensive. Chaotic says, race is a weird concept. Like, we share almost 100% of the same DNA, and simply based on some external traits, we say we're different. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It was really, like, I don't know how to describe it because I always knew about like white privilege and that sort of thing. And as I got older, I understood more of it. But like I said, I grew up and I was around like I don't know. How do I say this? I was around a lot of immigrants and I didn't really have like a lot of white friends or a lot of like really close white friends. Um to the point where like I didn't understand a lot about like normal white culture. It wasn't until I started like dating people that were like uh like I dated like this white dude and his family was like super like I wouldn't say super conservative, but they were very much like centrist. And they had a lot of like racist undertones, and I didn't understand why they were saying the things that they were saying. And they would be like, oh, you need to be really careful when you're over there because it's really dangerous. And I'd be like, that's where like there's a higher like Hispanic population or whatever. It doesn't mean the crime rate's like super high. And I started picking up on a lot of the nuances that I didn't really understand. I thought people were just being really paranoid or they were super closed off. Like some of my family that was really racist and stuff like that. I didn't understand that they were racist. I thought they were afraid of big cities. So I thought they were afraid of like parts of the city where my other family wasn't from because I didn't understand. And my like black friends, my like Filipino friends, like all of my friends from like different groups had to explain it to me and they're like, this is what's going on. Like you don't see it because you believe the best in people. I've matured, don't worry. But yeah, and then I started really picking up on it when I was with one of my like white exes and I was like, oh shit, this is what it's actually like. And now I have no tolerance for it. I'm like always listening and it goes crazy. Like I lose my mind. Like I just don't want to like talk to these people and I just kind of shut down. But yeah, Tommy says, yeah, sometimes I have to recharge it twice a month so I could go more and it's more expensive. Oh my god. Holy shit, Tahami. No worries. Like, if you have stuff happen, don't even worry about it. You're okay. If you have to go, that's okay too. I don't know. That's why, like, I don't discuss race as much here. Um, Not because I don't care. I don't want it to seem like I don't care, because it's not like what happened. Like, it's not, I don't know. It's not always, it's not that it's not relevant. It's just I don't know how to discuss it because I understand that there's probably a lot of nuances that I'm missing even now. And that's why it makes me really nervous, because I don't want to be like that ally that shows up and tries to advocate for people and take away from someone who knows a lot more because they've experienced it, you know? So obviously I'll give you guys references. I'll be like, watch these people do that sort of thing to learn more, but I don't know. Tommy says, yeah, and sometimes I have to be charged twice. Oh yeah. Look what capitalism and classism did to us. True. Vibes. Static says, I agree. I'll also add colonialism. This is true. It's true, it's true. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Oh, I guess this is important for me to mention. I don't even know if you guys care that much about it, but I would regret not mentioning it. But yesterday when we were talking about luck, and I was saying luck doesn't exist, and I didn't get to dive deeper into it, and I was thinking so much about it last night. I was like, I don't think people understand what I say when I say luck doesn't exist, because I was in similar situations to a lot of other people who were not white, that were going through the same stuff, like homeless, living out of like their vehicles, trying to look for jobs, trying to get these opportunities. And I would watch over and over and over again how I or other people who were white were chosen over these people. And then once you get into like the white majority shit, right? Then it starts becoming more class focused. So once they narrow everything down to just white majority, then they start fiddling it down to like class. So if you can't interact with people in higher class demographics or put yourself in those uncomfortable situations where you can learn how to do that better, you're not going to be chosen. You have to understand how to navigate that scale. But you can't even begin to be part, like, it's so much harder to navigate the classism scale if you're not white here in America. It's a little bit better in different parts of America, but here in Central America and like more conservative areas, it's a lot harder. So when I say like luck doesn't exist, it's because privilege comes first. Always, 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 always. And you can play the system to navigate and leverage what privileges you have, but it doesn't erase the fact that some people are going to inherently have more privileges dependent on the class that they're from and their background and how they look. And that's why I was like, luck doesn't exist, because it never has. Unless someone's like literally throwing a dice roll or something to make a decision, it's never been about luck. And it's sad. Because I wish something was just like luck based, you know? But sadly, it's not. Do I just leave it open when it's done?
Yeah, let it cool down.
Okay. Tommy says, one of the weirdest things in the West is in the West people are considering us as Egyptian like we're not Arabs or Middle Eastern. When I tell someone that I'm Egyptian, he says nothing racist, but when I tell them I'm Middle Eastern without saying where exactly I'm from, they start doing their racism. It's so weird to me. It's true. It's true. And it's like, there's a lot of layers to it. And this is where like, I've been very, very invested in Egyptology and this side of history for a really long time. So I can semi-answer why that is, but I probably won't be able to give you the best answer either. But a lot of it actually has to do with history. Because Egypt was colonized very fast in like the Mediterranean area, they like Europe just kind of came in and was like shoop, and they started taking a lot of your monuments, your goods, and just distributing them to a lot of people. a lot of that has been romanticized here. And because of things like, not even just because, but that alongside of a lot of your historical monuments like the pyramids and everything has really made Egyptians seem like, not trying to be like you're not smart, but like it's smarter than people who also have pyramids like in Sudan. Like Sudanese pyramids are way less prominent and way less popular here in the West because it doesn't have the same Egyptology background with like the gods and everything. With like Ra and, you know, fucking Osiris and Isis or whatever, you know? Not Isis, like I'm talking about the actual like god. But yeah. Tommy says, thank God my grandfathers really did us the best favor ever. What would that be? I'm curious. What do I do with the waffles, Andrew? I think I'm just gonna have to like, the dogs can't have any more waffle.
You should dip them.
I already gave them a bit of waffle. Andrew gets mad when I give them too much waffles or like people food. And really, I shouldn't. I'd recommend eating the waffles and leaving nothing to Andrew. I don't know if I should give him the waffles.
What you say?
Chaotic says I should eat all the waffles and not give it to you. Tommy says, yeah. I also think that the reason why people are treating us differently than our other Arabs from Yemen or for example, true. Like, because of the formation of Israel, like, I'm not trying to make it really crazy, but in order to sell Israel being formed in the West to major people or whatever, it wasn't just a promised land mentality, but a lot of the propaganda revolved around, how do I put it? The idea that Arabs were not like they didn't have actual homes, but they were nomadic. That's something that I was taught like in the church I grew up in that was Zionist, and that justified Israel existing and them trying to steal a lot of land and do a lot of their colonialistic shit. Just saying that people who very clearly did have homes, very clearly did have like established societies, saying that they didn't. And Egypt didn't have the same rap because Egypt was not only a strategic place in the Mediterranean, but also what we went into beforehand. But yeah, there's lots of layers. And it's really fucked up. And then I try to educate people on it, and then people are just really fucking weird. It pisses me off. Whatever. Oh, I popped my back. It felt so good. Oh, this is what I wanted. Blood orange flavored beverage. Yeah, we have the canal, baby. We are controlling this shit. LOL. It's true. The canal is super strategic. A big reason why people have to respect Egypt is because you guys control most of the canal, if not all of the canal. George says just freeze them, then put them in the toaster to warm them up. That's a really good idea. I think I'm gonna do that. That is very smart. I'm gonna do it. Are you coming for the ice cube? Ollie really likes to eat the ice cubes. So me doing this makes him upset. But yeah. Anyways. It's kind of crazy. And that's not me being like, oh, dismissive. That's crazy. But it literally is crazy. Like, people here in the West just don't pay attention to that. And I was really into Egyptology when I was younger. I saw The Mummy, like the movie The Mummy. I know, it's so cursed. But I saw that movie and I was like, I want to go to there. Like, take me. And I thought, I don't know, it's very much like westernized or whatever, but I liked it a lot. Oh my god, my legs. Ah! I did legs yesterday, and then tomorrow it's gonna feel way worse. Ugh, my ass. Every time I like slightly squat down, I feel like my butt's gonna fall off. Yeah. Tahami says we control all of it. It starts from Port Said up there till Suez or Ismailia. I don't remember actually down there. Yeah. Are you from the north or the south? I don't think I ever asked you. Kadek says, my cousin invited me to go to the gym with him. I don't know if I'm going there. It's worth it. Get hot. Get hotter than your enemies. That's my motto. That's what I do. My abs are coming back. So like I alternate. I'll go a couple weeks like eating clean or whatever, and then I'll eat like shitty food. Chaotic. It's okay to be lazy. Just do like workouts. If you have someone who's willing to take you there, like with, I don't know. It might be good to have someone motivate you and train you. Tommy says when I saw that movie, I was like, what the heck? It's so cool. I know the Mummy was so cool. The giant like sandstorm or whatever. I was like, ding 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 ding. You know, like the song. Anyways. Ding 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 ding. Anyways. It's okay to be lazy, but you can be like lazy and hot. Because remember, when you work out, all you have to do is like, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes minimum. And it's just consistency. As long as you do it like enough. I take 2 rest days a week normally, sometimes. And then I just do like Pilates at home if I'm not feeling like going anywhere. And I have like weights. So I'll take like gallon jugs filled with water or whatever and I'll do stuff. But I started to like reach my limit. But Pilates is pretty good. You can start without weights and then start putting on weights. And you have like lazy stuff or long stuff. I don't know. Tommy says, I'm living in Sharkia. It's literally the eastern side of Chiaro. So I'm in north side of Egypt. Vibes. Okay. Good. Kadek says, okay, I'll think about it. I just hate going to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym. No pressure. No pressure. If you don't want to work out, that's okay. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you have to do this. It's like, honestly, it's really only if you want to. That's the vibe. Man, I'm so tired. I could go take a nap. Oh, the waffles filled me up and made me sleepy. Sleepy. You're always tired, Josie. I know, it's because I stream in the evening. If I streamed during the day, I'd be a lot less tired, and then I would just be talking so much more. Streaming is like my fun thing, so I make sure I get everything else done I need to do during the day first. Right, Andrew?
No.
Well, I usually do stuff after I stream too.
It was like.
Oh, George says we should freeze the wall. Nah.
You just put them in the fridge if you're gonna eat them quick.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna eat them either. And we have a lot of your previous meals in here too. That's why, like, we don't need them.
Andrew, am I always tired?
Are you always what?
Tired.
No.
Yeah, I'm not tired at the beginning of the day, am I?
Depends. Normally, once you get your caffeine in you.
Yeah, Andrew tries to like, oh man, Andrew tries to make plans with me before I've had like a stimmy in me, and I'm just like, I tell him to shut the fuck up, in like the nicest way possible.
Not the nicest way possible.
Well, yeah, if you keep trying to like make long, fledged out plans with me, and I'm clearly like not awake yet, it's like taking advantage of me. It's horrible. Against the law, Andrew. Tammy says, my terrible luck not only made me born in Egypt during its worst period, but also in the worst governance, except in Sharkia and agricultural governance. Oop. A break. Where the services aren't that good. But oh Oh. Okay, I'm excited. Something I think you'll like hearing, Josie, is that my physics one professor is really involved in politics. He's a Marxist and he keeps talking about politics in class. He's pretty funny as well. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, that's funny. One of my history professors in middle school was a Marxist, and it was so funny because she was like, now, guys, I don't have to mention this, but the civil rights movement was a way for us to not pay as much attention to a lot of the classism issues that was happening in Europe. And America would be a very different place if we just freed the slaves and didn't have a civil war about it and then tried to push more equality pressures and stuff. And I was like, damn. And when I was younger, I was like, what the fuck is she on about? And she was like, we could talk about it more or whatever. It was a core memory for me. Because it was the first time that I was introduced into, like, the left-leaning wave of stuff. And it, like, my grandfather, who I lived with, was a historian. So I talked to him about it a lot. And I realized that we had different beliefs. That was, like, part of what sparked
You're
it.
bleeding into my mic even though I turned my sensitivity all the way up.
Well, I don't know how your mic can pick me up, but mine can never pick me up.
Yeah, we are also wondering how your mic never picks you up, but mine does.
I don't know. Should we switch? Tommy says me too, but sometimes if someone is going with me, it's fine for me to go. Yeah. Normally I like I don't like working out with other people. I used to work out more with other people, but I hate it. I'm just like, go away from me. I want to do my own exercise. Leave me alone. I'm just not into sharing my workout time with people because I hate it. I hate it so much. And people are like, let's talk. And I'm just like, I have 15 more seconds until I'm going to hit my next, like, rep. So, Tommy says, I love to work out with friends. It's so funny. I used to, when I was in high school, and I, like, lived in my van and stuff, I used to work out, with this one girl, every single morning. And I would, like, shower afterwards before school and stuff. I was like, where I did that. But I hated working out with her because we had very different, like, weight limitations. Because at that point, I was doing a lot of, like, strength stuff. Like, I really wanted to get into, like, physique competition work. So I was, like, really trying to stack on weight, like, really hard. I was super into it. I was working out, like, because I was coaching at the same time, too. So it was, like, 4 hours a day. I was just conditioning. And my body was at its peak. But yeah, Chaotic says, I can see that. I suffer from the paradoxical condition of hating my body, but hating exercise or doing anything to get the shape I want. That's a vibe. It's just kind of like one of those things where you don't really have to do it well all the time. You just kind of have to do it enough. So as long as you're doing it like a couple times a week, you build up your tolerance for it. And then I think at first a lot of people will get involved in working out because they're like, oh, I want my body to look a certain way. I want it to look like this. I want it to look like that. Or I want to have like muscles and all that stuff. But over time, it becomes like a self-discipline thing. So like for me, working out is like a test of discipline. Not just discipline, but like I like the benefits of I feel good in my body. I feel healthier, like my body can do more stuff or whatever, but the main thing that I really enjoy is just the willpower aspect, which is kind of weird. Yeah, Tommy says, I think I don't need to work out more, I need to eat more because I'm skinny. Right? So, that's one of the annoying things, like, if you work out a lot and you want to maintain, like, getting leaner or whatever. So here's the thing. Diet is gonna strip your body down a little bit. You know, it's going to take away like that layer you have. But when you go to the gym, it builds what's underneath. So if you want to have a good body, you can't just go on a diet. I mean, you'll be skinny, but it's not going to have that like look that you want unless you start lifting weights or doing something like conditioning wise. So I honestly think that having like a good layer of like weight on you is a good thing, because if once you start building muscles underneath, it doesn't matter as much how you weigh. It more matters like, you know, how you like, you can still see it underneath the fat. If you're like super, I don't know, it may not seem like it because you get used to how your body looks, but all you would have to do is just lose some weight and then you have that body there. But if you never work out, it's a lot harder to look the way you want. So honestly, don't even focus on the weight, focus on building what's underneath. That's the most important part. Like for me, I'm trying really, really hard to not lean out. So I've been eating a lot more like carby things, drinking like, I eat candy every single day on stream. I consume a lot of like snacks and stuff because I really want to maintain like a layer of fat on me, because then it's easier for me to build more muscle. But because it's harder for me to do that because your metabolism increases the more muscle you have, then it's easier to lose weight. That's why I'm saying, like, it sounds crazy, but I coached and everything. This is like what I taught people and like my students and stuff who are so focused on it. Focus on your muscle. The more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is going to be, and the less, it's not going to be as hard to diet. You won't have to crash diet as much to lose weight. Like, you can just easily lose weight if you build up a lot of muscle. Tammy says, the problem is even if I'm eating a lot of my body is dumb. I can't be fat. I don't know how. I tried a lot. I can't. Tahami, I know. That's kind of like how my body is. It's hard for me to put on weight. I have to be really, really stressed. Like, really, really stressed. And it's mainly bloat for me. Because I have so many, like, allergies and, I don't know. But my metabolism's really high because I have a lot of muscles. And I do a lot of that. Like, lifting, and it took me, like, 3 years for my metabolism to be more normal, and that's because my muscles atrophied a lot. Atari says I asked if you do kilograms, by phoenix, maybe like 8 more kilograms. We can't get them. Yeah. Don't bring too much like weight stuff into it. We don't need to get into like the numbers. I feel like that's probably not the best. But yeah, if you want to lose weight, best thing you can do is build up muscle, because then like you have a faster metabolism and the weight will start dropping on its own. If you maintain the same diet, you will stop putting on as much weight, or your weight will start to drop slowly. I need to take my fridge apart. Do you hear the fan? It drives me crazy. I have to pull the fridge out and clean it out again. Oh. Oh, alright. I have to clean that again later too. But anyways, is there anything you guys want to talk about before I have to go? Because it's close to my closing time when I have to leave. Tommy says my girl really needs to sleep. I know, I keep yawning. Because I'm tired. I had a long day. I guess it's time for me to go. I guess it's time for me to go now. Oh man, I'm really fucking tired. You're right, Tahami. Anyways, tomorrow we're probably going to talk a little bit more about what's going on in American politics? I guess. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on in Sudan. I don't know. We have so many different options. I have so many things lined up, you know. Chaotic says, in my case, I used to struggle with binge eating disorder. Oh, dang. Tommy, that's so sweet. Good night, good night. I understand how that goes, Chaotic. It's, I wouldn't, if you want to go to the gym, try not to make it how you look, and I think you'll have a good time. Maybe see if you like the other stuff, but if you put a focus on how you look and everything, you probably won't enjoy it. You just have to shift your perspective on it. And I'm very sorry that you've gone through that, and I know that it's a struggle, and I think you know what would be best for how to manage that. So if no gym is good for you, then that's okay. There's other ways that you can improve yourself too. Not that you have to, you know? But anyways, it's time for me to go now. So tomorrow we're going to talk more about politics. We'll probably talk a little bit more about this stuff. And I might play some more Hollow Knight because I love Hollow Knight. I'm a little bit of an addict. And I'll try to stream a little bit earlier. But I will be having to leave a little bit earlier tomorrow for stream. So I'm going to try to stream earlier because I have a class project I have to work on for my finals. Gotta get it done early. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. So sleep well, stay safe, stay alive, and toots.